everyone. Today I'll be running through Topaz Gigapixel AI, what it is, how it works, and what it does right after this. Hello again everyone. So as I said, we'll be going through Topaz Gigapixel AI. So in this, what we're going to be doing is having a look at the software and how it works, also what it can be used for. So Topaz Gigapixel AI is another from Topaz's AI suite, and this software is designed to allow you to intelligently enlarge your photos, but trying to keep detail at the same time. It's a little bit hard to explain how it does it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show a few examples. So I'm going to start off by opening a photo of a flower. Now this is a flower. I don't know what sort of flower it is, I must admit, but I took it at the Gardens by the Bay at Singapore. And I just thought from a macro perspective, the seeds were really, really fascinating. And so what I'm doing is I'm now sort of trying to zoom in a little bit more. So I don't need face refinement on because it's not a face, so it's not going to identify it. But what I do want to do is I want to change the scale. So at the moment, this is quite a small file. It's about 2000 by 2500 pixels. I want to increase this by 4 times. So what I've done on this side over here, on the right hand side are all of the controls. I've gone to scale and I've picked 4x. So what this does is this says I want to enlarge this 4 times. I could pick 6 or I could pick ... x. So if I pick ... x, I can put a custom number in up to 12. Now I'm going to go back to 4. I can also change by width or by height. Now the thing to bear in mind with this is that you can't infinitely scale up a photo. So each file type does have a maximum pixel limit. So you couldn't take a really small photo and make it the size of a billboard, for example, or things like that. But you can certainly get pretty significant improvements. So I've got this set on scale of 4, but what I'm going to do, just because as I said, you can't keep going forever, is I'm going to try and adjust the width. So let's say I wanted 50,000. It won't let me. It's basically just going back to where it was before because 50,000 is too big for the file type. Won't let you do it. So I'm happy with 4. Face refinement off because there's not a face. And then image type is what you would pick to work out, okay, is it a natural image or is it like a man-made? So man-made are usually things like cityscapes. They have really, really strong clear outlines and edges as compared to things that are a little bit more subtle. I'm going to leave this on natural. I have it on auto detect settings and I'm happy for it to keep doing that. But if I wanted to adjust these manually, I could. Now, what's really, I think, pretty cool about Gigapixel AI is that it does support batch processing. So I can now go File, Open Images, and I'm going to pick this photo of a bee. And what you'll see is now there's a photo down the bottom. It's just not checked. I'm going to uncheck flower and then I'm going to check this bottom B and click on it. So what this has now done is this has now opened the second photo that I opened. I'm going to change the zoom. Let's make it about 60% so we can see what's actually happening. So this is a photo of to be honest, I'm not sure if it's a bee or a fly of some kind, but anyway, it's an insect creature. This one wasn't harmed. It did let me take photos of it, and it really didn't move much. And I actually think it's because maybe that's a parasite or something that was probably making it not feel great. So again, we pick what resize mode we want. Let's say 6 times in this scenario. Face refinement. It shouldn't make much difference if I turn it on or off, because I don't believe that it will necessarily understand face, because it's looking for people faces, not necessarily insect faces. Image type can stay natural, and auto detect can stay as it is. So if I'm happy with these two, I've made settings changes, so you can see the first flower I want 4, this one I want 6. What I can now do, and you could do this for more photos, when you're ready you can go select all and then click on start batch processing. It will then say, okay, what image format do you want? Do you want to preserve the source, or do you want to change it? Do you want to change the prefix, scale in mode? Do you want it to save to source or custom? And then when you're ready, you click on start. So what this is now doing is it's now starting to process these 2 images. And this is what I really like about batch processing. If you've got a lot of images, you could potentially run these overnight, and it would then go through these images, process them, and in the morning, you should be ready to go. You can keep doing lots of different images. It recognizes the settings are different for each image, so it's not going to try and apply the same thing to each and every photo, which I think is personally quite helpful. But really, I guess it kind of depends on what you're trying to do. So Gigapixel, in terms of where it fits within the workflow, usually Gigapixel you would do at the very end. So you process your image, make sure you're completely happy with how it looks, what it's going to be like, all of those sorts of things. And then when you're happy with the image that's been processed, all of those things, you would then put it through Gigapixel AI. Because otherwise you're just trying to work with a large file. It's going to make it pretty hard for your computer and all of these things to process such a big file. Far easier to work with the smaller ones. So I hope this has been useful. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up in the comments. Subscribe to my channel or the newsletter, and as new videos come up, have a look and see if they're of any use to you. Thanks for watching. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.